so let's just check a few things. Let's just make sure we're streaming. Everything looks good. Few things. Let's just make sure we're yeah, that's looking pretty. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so we've got the wrong thing going here. Hold on a sec. We're gonna do this one. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. There we go. Thank you for being out there, Jack. It feels like it's been a short while since I've streamed, but that's all looking pretty snappy. Okay, so now we're all set up. Let's get into this a little bit. I'm zoomed in on the room I am not going to work on tonight. What we're going to actually do is we're going to work on this room. I'm going to use the old sky cam here. We're going to zoom in on room 16. We're going to start here, which is actually here. And you'll see I've actually been working on the background. I did that off stream. And I think we're going to do a little bit of the background tonight because we're actually really close to the background kind of being done. So probably going to give a little bit of love to the background. It's not going to be finished, but it's going to be closer. At least we'll have a solid texture in there. So that's not looking too shabby. None of it is a repeating pattern. None of it. So probably work on that a little bit. Also, I wanna do kind of this corridor. That almost like antechamber thing, and this here. And this was marked as being a white plaster floor. So that's where we're gonna concentrate our effort, I think. So, do I want to read the description for the white plaster floor? Do I warm up just on the background first? That's always a possibility. That's always a possibility. Yeah, I did a lot of background last night. Let's work on background another time. Or maybe finish the stream on it. Little bits here and there to do. Okay, so let's read the description for room 16. Let's take a look at this. And I actually had it bookmarked, I think. Oh no, close. Okay, not close at all. There we go. Large chamber, 30 feet wide, 50 feet long. Ceiling 30 feet above. The room is plastered white and painted with scenes of Rahotep counting his wealth. I'm not sure if maybe we'll do a little bit of that on the floor. Inspecting magical things, wearing jewels, and doing all manner of things for the purpose of storing for future, such as treasures as a priest, mage, or whatever. Yeah, and then it gets into that. There's like a page and a half of things going on in here. Interesting. Okay. Archway and corridors. There are 4 archways. Okay, we'll draw them on. Passages leading from the chamber. Okay. 2 each in the north and south walls, each 10 feet broad. Yeah, okay. After brief exploration, the party will probably head into one of these corridors. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. No spoilers. Alright, well, let's just paint white. Let's do it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit up the ink floor, like so. There's a door sitting here. We're going to come back through and do doors. I feel like there's a brick missing right there. Oh no, it's just where the cross is sitting. It makes it look funny. I actually want to draw the grid on this floor, but I don't want it black. I want it like a light grey, maybe with a little bit of variation in brightness. So I'm actually thinking about here, replacing these blocks, and maybe the plaster sits underneath the door, so when the door opens, it immediately opens up into white plaster, which means these two flags need to be given the softer treatment, so I'm going to start with them. So let's get rid of you. Okay. And I think what I'm gonna do is brush. We're gonna do a hard round pen pressure size. We'll make it 25. And I'm actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a little bit of shake dynamics. And I think we'll do a little bit of variation on brush size, just a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of brightness Twitter, jitter. So what this is going to do is, if I set it to, let's say, medium grey, it's actually going to fluctuate a little bit as I draw, and so we're going to play with this just a speck. We'll give it like 10%, and we're going to see if that helps for what I'm trying to do here. And we're going to set this to about here, maybe a little darker. Yeah, let's try that. So this is the warm-up. And I'm going to do the whole room. My objective is to have all of the room floors done this week. And maybe, I think we should be able to do the background done as well. Maybe. We're actually going to be with Zach and Skeeter on Thursday. We're going to be joining them on their YouTube channel, The Goddammit Zach. So we won't actually be working, obviously, when that's going on. Hey, Alex Vixen, good to see you. Good to see you. How have you been? How is life treating you? Let's do a little bit of an imperfection. I think in the world that we're in, if you could say not too bad, I'll accept that as a victory for the day, you know? Yeah, that'll do. You know, I haven't actually done a little bit of this since for a while. Yeah, I think this will be better. I didn't want it to be stark black, so I think this is definitely going to be better. All right. Let's continue the process. And oh, indeed, we got a little bit of detailing going here. Okay, so let's smash this. Let's smash this flagstone right here. There we go. Alex Vixen, finished building the Tomb of Everflame in Minecraft. Wow! Presently just doing the final tidy up and finishing burying it again, as a tomb is supposed to be underground. Oh my god, you are talking my language. You know, I never played much Minecraft, but I get you. I get you. I actually love games like that. My ones have been Imperium and 7 Days to Die. I love games where you can build. If you have pictures, I would love to see them. The fact that you're going big like that, that just sounds awesome. That's just so much fun. I feel like I could actually add more brightness and width jitter to this, but I'm gonna stick with it. Now we could just grab these flagstones and paste and be done with this room, bish bash bosh. But that's not the way we do things here. Ah, you didn't take work in progress shots. No, I get you though, I get you. It's like you get so involved with the build. That sounds like serious fun though. I mean, you are talking my language. Now tell me, Alex Fiction. When you're doing these builds, do you then actually play with them in game? Like, you know, do you have like all of the monsters and shit running around, like trying to get into your base and stuff? Or are you just like in a creative mode? Just and it's all about the build. Let's keep going. Let's purposely like have a little bit of a gap between these two. You're in a creative world, but it's accurate to the game map, so I can invite players and have them actually explore the tomb. That is what it's all about. That's fantastic. That's really cool. I've seen some of the incredible things people do in Minecraft, and it always boggles my brain. So, let me ask you, how long did it take you to build that? That's looking pretty good. And I think my plan is we're gonna color this with, I know it's plastered white, but obviously I don't want it to be pure white because I mean, hey look, we're done. It's gotta have some texture, right? It's gotta have some texture. So I'm thinking about actually that is a bit wonky. Thinking about actually doing a series of greys and building it up to white, and then maybe doing a little bit of a blend, smoothing them out, getting it a little bit more like a white marble type of effect, I'm thinking. It's all looking pretty good. Oh, this is actually going quicker than I thought. Building the tomb took me about 2 days. Alright, that's not too bad. There's a few tweaks needed. There's apparently some of the walls on the map are an inch thick, and I had to dig down to actual level underground. The tomb is supposed to be. Oh, okay. When you got it done and dusted, take some screenshots. I want to see it. All right. Nope. 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 Wow, that one actually is black, isn't it? Wow. Oh, let's try that again. Is it? My color just changed to black. Oh, that's weird. Did I hit a keystroke or some description? I'll have to play that back later. That was so weird. Maybe my knuckle. My knuckle caught it. When I drew the first one, I was like, oh yeah, that's just the brightness jitter kicking in. Nope. Nope, that was black, alright. Let's do that. Alright. There I hit save. Saving has been taking an age on this thing. But I just moved it to a faster hard drive, so let's see. Let's see how long that puppy takes. It was literally taking 20 minutes last night. I'm just gonna let it go. Hey, Phantom Jet's here! Oh, a Teagle. Actually, a Teagle coffee mug would be absolutely boss. That would be actually really cool. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice. I bet that would look really tight. Are you gonna do it through the Nobles? Of course, that would have to be a licensed product at that point, wouldn't it? But that would rule. That would actually be cool. A Teagle coffee mug. Need to make that happen. Alright, let's colour a little bit of floor. Let's colour a little bit of floor. Alex Vixen, I get narky with some maps for D&D and other RP games, as whomever drew them has no concept of walls and actual barriers. Actually, so yeah, I mean, look at the sky cam above me. Oh, it's gonna do one of those things. Look at it where it's resetting. Really? All right, I'm gonna drag the sky cam over here for a moment. I mean, look, here's a prime example. I mean, these walls must be just a couple of inches thick. But they're like the other areas are like pretty on point. There was a couple of places like right there. I mean, look at that. It's like, is a wall there? Or is it paper mache? What are we dealing with here? Ah, you're gonna do that, are you? I don't know why it's been doing that, but we'll do it by my hand, and then we'll just bring it back across over here. There we go. Dave Key Cards is in the house. Hey man, how you doing? I'll wait till so Noble Dwarf sent me 3 presents, completely unexpected, in the mail. You saw the coffee cup. Absolutely stunning of them. There are 2 other things I'm going to show you. One tomorrow is a big canvas print of the city that I drew for them. I'll post a picture tomorrow about it. And then the third one actually plays into what you're saying right there, Cave Geek. Mum's a word, no spoilers, but it's so freaking awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to edge off this just a little bit. I'm going to colour in the floor, and it doesn't matter if I get it underneath the wall, because the wall is sitting on top of it, okay? But I don't want to spill too much into the wall. You know, progress shots and all the rest of it just looks untidy. So I'm gonna, and you know, it doesn't matter if we spill a little bit into these blocks here, because we are gonna colour those blocks, but let's just give ourselves a little bit of a boundary. Then that way we can just go crazy with the paintbrush. There we go. Cave, I have not. Feel free to post a link, like send me a link somewhere, I'll throw it on my Facebook. If you see it again, if you can find it, I have not. Not that I need dice, not that I need anything more to do with Cthulhu, but if they're pretty badass looking, I'll get them. How do I want to colour this in? How do I want to colour this in? How do I want to do this? Why are you doing that, Photoshop? Oh, why, stop. How do I want to do this? Could fill it in with a light grey. I'm actually wanting to put some little streaks of blue in here. Maybe a medium to light grey, and then maybe add some blue in, and then start really picking up the lightness. So let's do a quick swatch example. Alright, so we'll grab, what brush do I want to use for this? Let's try you. Alright, let's take a look at these dice. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at these dice. Watch me in real time vomit money. If I could do that, jeez. Alright, let's take a look at these. What the hell am I looking at here? Look at, what the hell is this? What am I looking at? A, why am I not in this group? Let's go on. Yes, I agree. Sure. There you go. You can have my first one. What are these? A D4. Oh, you roll it and one of these sides. Oh my god. D6. Again, I guess you just roll the obelisk. These are insane. These are nuts. Oh, you know I'm getting some of these. Wow. Well, how does that even work? Like that one puzzles me. Yeah, like even Curtis is here like, I don't know how that one works. These are gorgeous. I'm gonna get those. I don't know how this works, but if anything, I could throw it at players. But this is just gorgeous. I am definitely gonna get in on that action. Wait. Oh, come on. He's not selling these? He must be 3D printing them or something. Are they for purchase? PM. Okay, I will be contacting this guy because they are outstanding. It's all the way from Russia, so there's that. I get you. But I'd be interested. I'd be very interested in checking them out. How have you been anyway, Cave? How's life? What if we changed our brush on that stroke. Let's get rid of them. Let's close that. What if... Are my blenders in here? Yes, my blenders are in here. What if... Oh, I want that splatter eraser. I did not know that was in this brush set. I'm going to use that in a moment. So what if... And then did... Got a little bit of white in here. And then if we did the scratch, where is it? The scratch blend. I think that type of approach, but with more care. But I think that type of approach is what I'm going to go with. So it'll look white, but it'll have a little bit of texture in there. Yeah, Cave, seriously, man, if I never actually rolled one of those dice, like, ever, I would actually just put them on a shelf. You know, I bought some, I guess it was I think it must have been Gamehole Con last year. I bought some Cthulhu coins, and it's like I've never used them. I just like owning them, you know, they're good, they're nice to have in my hand. I look at them and they make my little heart go, hey. And I think those dice would do the same thing. They just look outstanding. Alright, so if we're going to take that type of approach, let's do this. Then we'll come back through and we'll do the underfloor colouring as well. Jen, you still working? Currently in Chicago on my way to Boston. So how am I allowed to ask this, Jen? I mean, how is it out there? Like, I have literally, like, I've not left Boston since everything went into lockdown. I certainly haven't been near a plane. I mean, is travel lighter? Are you, like, packing planes like sardines? I mean, how is the general sort of, how is the trip different, you know? Do most passengers have masks on? Is it required? Like, I can't even wrap my head around it right now. I really can't. Very light. Every middle seat is open. Okay, cool. Unless you want to sit 3 in a row with family. Okay. Everyone must wear masks. That's good. That's good. I can't even get my head around it. I think we could turn off our notes section. If we can. Tom Carter's is here. You're gonna fly back to England. Will they let you? Yeah, 14 hours, man. Yeah. You know, I've never really seen myself as reactionary, intimidated, I don't know, scared. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it. But it's like I'm not sure I could actually get on a plane right now unless there was some kind of real serious need to, you know? It's like I just my brain won't even like function that way. It can't even like understand how that would look, how that would work. Borders and airports still closed. Right. Phantom Jen brings all of her own food because places are shut down. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I guess there's got to be a degree of normalcy, I suppose, is the phrase I want to use. There has to be a degree of like flights still being available. People still have to move around. I get it. I do. Yeah, Tom. See that right there is exactly when I say it. You know, if there was an emergency, if there was like a really good, compelling reason, that is a damn good, emotionally compelling reason to like get back into the saddle, so to speak. Because yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm so sorry that happened. I really, really am. Like I had visions in my head. It's like, yeah, but what if something happened to my mum and dad, you know, or my sister? Well, of course I would have to go. That starts to get to the realm of not even really being optional, right? You got to do it. But it's like if someone was like, hey, I've got a beach house over, you know, in New England. If you and Jack want to come out over here, the house will be yours. Stay there as long as you like. I'd be like, cool, thanks a lot for that. It's really appreciated. That you rock. I don't want to get on the plane. I would rather drive for 5 days. Thanks very much. Let's do this. How are you? Good to see you. We are. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so everyone can see what we're doing. I got a lot of the background in yesterday. I didn't stream it, but I was working on the map. There is still a little bit of background to do, and then I'm going to come back through and do a lot of detailing. We were talking about this one of the streams last week. You know, we're going to really make the background pop. It's going to be beautiful. But I still got a little bit more to do on there. Didn't want to work on background tonight, so we're actually going to do the white plaster room in the top left over there. Room 16 right above me. And with that done, we just then have to get this corridor in place. We've got some stairs that we need to add, and then we can take a deeper look at this room. And I think the objective is to get this room done over the weekend next week and be done with all of the rooms, the core floors, this month. That's our objective. So we are doing white plaster. And I don't want it to be just pure white. I want a little bit of texture on here. So I'm actually going to go from dark up to light. And then we're going to kind of do a little bit of a light scratch blend on it. So super crude. Shooting for about 5 layers of coloring on this one, I think. Maybe towards 7. And it's kind of dark right now, but that's okay. That's just going to let our texture bleed through, our color texture. I'm going to do a hint of blue on this too, a hint of light blue. So super crude. Type of thing where you see a children's colouring book when you go to a restaurant and it's coloured in badly. That's what we're doing right now. But it will take shape. It'll take shape as we get there. And then we'll come back through and we'll do those cracks and everything in the floor. We'll colour them in. Maybe then, if we have time on the stream, we'll colour in this wall as well. And then this room, we'll be able to sort of walk away and go, yep, there you go. There's our flooring. And then we can come back and actually start drawing in some details. Maybe next week, depending if we get that monster room done. Alex Vixen, Gatwick's North Terminal is open to international flights, but all flights are being routed through the North Terminal so they can control the flow of passengers. Okay, that makes sense. And if you want to fly into the UK, you need to fill out a governmental form 48 hours before you fly. Oh, indeed. And I'm assuming that they're just not allowing Americans in. Like, if I needed to go home right now, I'm pretty sure I would not be allowed to. Not that I've got any plans to fly to England. Bloody Americans, right? So quite a few years ago, I want to say 8 years ago, something like that. Maybe it was, it's not really important, maybe it was closer to 6. But we all went to Cyprus. I met my family over there. We rented a house. Took Jack, it was their first time meeting Jack. Of course, they loved him because everyone on the planet does. And I always remember we did a little touristy thing. We went off to see some of the ruins. Cyprus has got an amazing history, and you could tell that they don't get to see many Americans, because when we went to this ruin and we buy our tickets and everything, Jack's clearly got this big, huge American accent, and they were fascinated by him. They were genuinely fascinated. Nowadays it'd probably be more fearful, scornful, but back then it was just fascination. And I always remember as we were walking away with the tickets in our hand and we were going on into the ruins to take a look around, like a crowd had formed. A crowd. There's the American. There's the American. They were probably surprised that he wasn't dressed in a bloody star-spangled banner. But yeah, it was kind of cool just to see their fascination. A genuine American in their midst. Alex Vixen, I'm not surprised that America hasn't been cleared yet. I mean, you've been seeing the news. It's all true. It's out of control over here. We're so political. We can't make informed, educated decisions because even education and intelligence is a political thing. So we're so freaking divided. People dying left, right, and center. Huge spike in infection rates. Because admitting we've got a problem and doing the right thing and actually giving a shit and protecting each other as a society apparently is political. We deserve for the world to scorn us right now. We just really do. We brought it on ourselves. Ooh, GL sent me a pic. Okay, hold on a sec. Hold on. Oh, let's go over here. I love seeing your projects. You know this, boys and girls. Aye. Holy shit, really? Really? Green Loontoon is making this. Are you kidding me? So, how? How? How are you doing this? That's amazeballs. That is amazeballs. It's a lightsaber. I think it's Princess Leia's lightsaber. Alright, you gotta tell us how you're making that. That's incredible. Definitely, I mean, I definitely need a lathe. Obviously here, all of this, lathe, right, lathe. But then these ridges here and this, how are you doing these? I mean, this is lovely. I mean, this is really lovely. But yeah, tell us how you're doing it. Whittling it. He's whittling it. Got some sandpaper. It's taken me 28 years to get this far. No, but how you doing? That's gorgeous. Milling machine. I don't even know what a milling machine is. Let's hit some blue. Hi, Miss J. How are you doing? We're gonna really soften up on the blue of this, but I like a little bit of blue just to poke through, just to wick up it. And then we're gonna put a light grey over the top of this, and then we're gonna start nudging towards the white. What is this about? This is about the third colour right now. Working on an island map, finished the colour last night. Do you have a picture to show us? You know I'm jealous of your colouring. There we go. Miss J Maps. Oh yeah, I mean, look at how beautiful that is. Let's zoom in a little bit. That's beautiful. Just the right colour. That's just exceptional. Very, very nice. Love it. Really love it. Very, very, very nice. Keith, how did it go on the Game Holcom map? I know that you haven't done it, but like, is that moving forward? Are we a go, so to speak? In fact, I know that's a little bit of a collab with Miss J, but I actually don't know if that got formally accepted. Greenlit, fantastic, fantastic. Good man, anytime, anytime. Honestly, they're a real cool crowd. You know, you would never get a go wrong with that group. I'm glad it went well. Now I think, Cave, if you're collabing with Miss J here, you have opportunity now to become the guy that introduces scope creep. So get Miss J to agree to like X amount of assets and coloring and such, and then just keep nudging it out like the worst customer. Sure, she'll love you for it. Tom, what's some of the worst scope creep you've had? Alright, let's come back through. Let's really start applying some love to this thing now. Let's come in here. I'm not talking about them scope creeping on you, Cave. I'm talking about you can now scope creep on Miss J. You can now sort of say, okay, Miss J, I know you thought I said one barrel, but what I was talking about was one barrel variation 21 times. You just didn't hear it. I need another 20 barrels. You did a V for Vendetta code? Oh, right, okay. Makes me remember a line from V for Vendetta when the TV presenter is describing America. USA, ulcered sphincter of arse Erica. I mean, what else can you say? Here was a country that had everything, absolutely everything, and now 20 years later is what? World's biggest leper colony. You don't have to apologize to me. You do not have to apologize to me. I think there's a lot of, not just films, but general media like that have kind of like hit a point where, and like I see Elysium too as our future, right? Or even Idiocracy. It's like, holy shit, these things have like hit the nail on the freaking head here. Hey, Noble Dwarf, you had no, it's not scope creep if you just say, yeah, draw what you want. That's not scope creep, and thank you again for the gift, so very much appreciated. That's kind of cool, Tom, that you managed to stay away from scope creep. That's neat that you've been able to do that. I feel this is a little bit. I'm gonna stick with it. I had one project, and I'm not gonna get into details, but the scope creep was so crazy, and it's on me. It's on me. I allowed it to happen. That it changed the way I approach projects from now on. Revision after revision after revision, including after like approved swatches, approved design, approved this. Okay, now I've found someone else that needs to review the map. What do you mean there's someone else involved? Who are the decision makers here? They came back to me, honestly, there was probably, I want to say like a dozen rounds of revisions, and I wasn't charging them for it, and I should have been. But the main thing was, they just kept kicking it to experts in the field who would have revisions. And then it was all done, it was dusted, it was signed off on, it was laid to rest, and 2 years later they came back with revisions. Then they had the nerve to come back to me and say, hey, we love it, it's great, but we're actually going to redo like the map, we're going to do like a version 2. Do you want the gig? And I said, no. Who's got 2 thumbs and doesn't want the gig? This gal. Forget where I thought I got. See, Tom, for you, it was probably a case of like, once you've kind of experienced scope creep as an architect, that almost certainly then helps protect you in like your mapping endeavors. Neither, thank you. Right now. I've not heard of that show. Alex Felixson. I just refused to drink. I did. I'm trying to, I guess, so I'm trying to actually, drink a little bit less. But also I've had a bit of a sore throat for a while now. And I don't think alcohol is helping it at all. Especially like wine. I don't think wine is helping my throat. I think I'm exasperating it. Like I'm kind of at a point where I want to drink a hot toddy or something, but I don't want to drink whiskey. It's like I feel more inclined to have a beer or something like that later on. Something like a Guinness, something soothing. I feel like my throat needs soothing right now. And I don't know if I'm coming down with something. It's like, where did that come from? Because like I haven't been outside. But I don't want to make it worse. I feel like I'm making it worse when I drink red wine. Hot lemon and honey. See, normally I drink hot lemon and honey with whiskey in it. But yes, I need to get some hot lemon and honey in me. That's exactly what I need to do. Night, Phantom. Actually, hot lemon and honey sounds like a really good idea. Right. Let's hit up some white. Let's hit up some white. Let's do it with this brush. Is that white? That does not look white. This looks like white. Cave Geek, yesterday I had to deal with a dumbass on Instagram who reposted my video images without permission. Oh god, really? And though they gave credit, it was minimal and buried deep at the bottom of a long post. Asshole kept arguing with me when I demanded he remove the post and refused to understand that asking permission from the artist is a polite, respectful thing to do. I agree with that. I would also, especially on something like Instagram, giving credit and making sure it's clear, yes, absolutely. But I would also say that if you don't, or even if you do, if an artist then contacts you and asks for something to be removed, you need to fucking remove it. I mean, at that point, I don't care how much you like it. I don't care how much you think you've given credit. If I've just asked you to remove it, you better bloody remove it. It's not your piece at that point, to argue. I'm sorry you had to deal with that shit. So what was the general sort of purpose of the original post? Was it were they claiming a little bit too much credit for this thing? Was it kind of because you were so buried? Do you think it was like almost implied that they had something to do with the piece? then started arguing copyright laws. What the actual fuck? You see, that's one of the things about human beings that I really don't like. It's like there's too many human beings out there that just can't just understand that they fucked up or they got something wrong and just own it. Own it, accept it, apologize, move on. Just move on. Stop doubling down. Stop, like, trying to protect a fuck up. You fucked up. You made a mistake. Own it. Own it. Grow as a freaking human being from it. You know what I'm saying? People just don't want to do that shit nowadays. This is not looking too bad. This is pointing in the right direction. I definitely want it whiter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a scratch blend on this, and then I'm actually going to come back through with a little bit more white right on top once we've got things blended. We don't have any more ingredients. Honey, lemon, water. It's hot too. It's good, thank you.
Doesn't need more honey, doesn't need more lemon.
No, it's good. The Wheel of Time fan. Literally all of the posts of from other sources. Yeah, I guess if they put your credit right at the top, you wouldn't have a beef. Like, Wheel of Time map by KP Art link, right? That's one thing. And then do your shit. But if they bury it at the bottom, I can understand how you'd be irked by that. I can. That's, like, not cool. There was, one of the things that I love is, I think it's, like, Italian Renaissance masks? Is it Venice? And there's this incredible Venice festival that they do each year, where the costumes and the masks are just sublime. I have a really big weak spot for it. And there's a photographer on Facebook who does a lot of photography of this particular sort of festival, and they're just mwah. And so there was a particular sort of woman he talked about. The mask was incredible, and she was kind of turning to the side like this. It was dark, it was sultry, it was so good. I took it as a profile picture. Well, the woman in that contacted me, and she didn't like the fact that I was using, I guess, her, even though it was a mask, but she didn't like that I was using her photo as a profile picture. So I get it. Now, I would argue it's a mask, it's a costume, you can't actually see you, you can barely see your eyes. And it's beautiful, I love it, but she asked me to remove it. She asked me to stop removing it. Also, she thought my page was incredibly violent on Facebook and was appalled. I would defend that, but anyway. So I removed it because she asked me to. No fuss, no muss, I removed it. Jen, I'm moving on, Do I agree with her? Doesn't come into it. She asked me to. That's the end. That is the end of the conversation. Scratch blend. Where's my scratch blend? I'm sure it's a scratch blend that I was using once. That seems small, is it? Let's soften that up. Is that scratch? I'm not on the scratch blend. I did do the scratch blend. Okay. Maybe did I do too soft? Too soft makeup? sure about this scratch blend. Maybe I'm doing it a little bit soft. Okay. I should probably hit save. And I thought Alex Vixen was talking to me. It's like, what do you mean wrong tab? What do you mean wrong tab? Oh no, I'm drawing in the wrong area. Gonna actually, once I've got this kind of like scratch blended in a little bit, I'm gonna come back through each individual one, and I'm actually gonna get a little bit of white in there because I want to push the whole lot way more white. But this is kind of how it's looking right now, and I don't think that's looking too shabby.
We want.
Oh, there he is.
A
Oh, what?
What?
Hello, King. How are you, darling? What have you been up to, King? How is life, King? How is everything going? Green Loontoon asks, cake or pie? Miss J said crumble. Crumble's a good choice. Cake or pie? Cheesecake. Alex Vixen, there was a clothing company taking art from DeviantArt and using it. That happens a lot. There's actually, I've noticed a lot of t-shirt companies on Facebook outright stealing other people's art. 100% stealing other people's art. And you could typically tell too, because it would be a t-shirt with a dragon on it, and you know, you could tell like it's an easily dragon or something like that. And it's like, there's no freaking way that you were paid easily or any freaking artist for this dragon picture. I know you haven't. And you could actually do a reverse Google image search. Like, just put the image of the freaking t-shirt in there, and you'll 100% of the time get a match on the artwork that they stole. And this, they actually steal a lot from Magic the Gathering, I've noticed. They'll take artwork off the Magic the Gathering cards and plop it onto a t-shirt or a pillowcase or a duvet. And Facebook has no method to actually report it. If you are not the copyright owner, there's like nothing you can do. You can report the ad, but for what, you know? If you could do copyright violation, and then I'll sort of turn around and sort of say, okay, so does this belong to you? And you hit the stop right there. So for a while, I was actually reporting stolen artwork to the original artists. But it's like, it was never ending. It was just never ending. Right, companies in China doing it. And it's like they could do it with impunity. Pisses me off, man. Pisses me off. I think Dyson Logos gets a little bit of that, you know, from his maps. People stealing them just, you know, for their own purposes. It should be easier to chase that shit down. Yeah, Cave, I mean, you just clearly just got a guy that is incapable of self-reflection of his own actions. And I honestly think most human beings fall into that category. But I'm actually going to take that one back. There we go. Alex Vixen. I helped an artist sue them. She found half her entire library, Jesus Christ, of art had been stolen by the company for their children's lines and asked for help. That's just terrible. I have one of that company's stores in my home city. So what? Really? They got stores. So I went into the store. Are you kidding me? That's terrible. So I went into the store, bought several other items with her artwork, and mailed them to her as evidence. Wow. Wow. Noble, it amazes me at how a month can go so fast and take so long at the same time. Deadline for a project flies. Order a mold for a toy and it takes 30 days, 2 years. Yeah. What's the mold? What are you releasing? What's the toy? Are you allowed to share? It's one of those action figures where if you press a little button on the back, it's like rocket soccer robots. My little fists do this. There's a little button on my chest, and if you press it, it says random lines. Wine. Oh, fuck off. Ooh, with mimosa drinking action. Now you're cooking on gas. I would buy that. Ooh, Noble sharing something. Oh, it's a video. Hold on a sec. Oh, is it one of those little poppable things? So this is the mold, huh? So you can actually make this yourself. Oh, pop it. Yay! I'm not sure I've ever seen them, that ones that you can take apart before. So that's kind of cool. So you could actually throw any dice in there, couldn't you? I'll pop it. That's cool. Got an 18 there too. Good roll. Good pop. Yeah, that's neat. That's neat. Oh, the human dog. Hello. Actually, yeah, you got a good point there, Cave. I think Noble's got to get a Cthulhu one going. I mean, elves and dragons and dwarves. I mean, that's cool. Where's my Cthulhu? You do a poppable with, like, tentacles and eldritch symbols and shit? I am in. Alright, back through. And I want white. I want white. Alright, we're gonna try this one. Right, we're on white, so let's give it a go. Alright, see you, Gabe. Good seeing you, my friend. See you tomorrow. Overhuman dog, is it okay that I'm in pants? I think it's okay if you're in pants. I'm in pants. If I wasn't in pants, though, I'm not sure I'd admit that on Twitch. Let me zoom out on this for a moment. Yeah, I think this is generally okay. So, time check. I'm probably gonna stream for about another 20 minutes. I actually just really want to finish this floor of this room. So tomorrow when we come back, we can get our wall of this room done. And move into the corridor. That's what I really want to do here. So also one other thing I want to do. Well, there's two other things I want to do with this floor. If we've got this white plaster effect on here. In fact, there's three other things I want to do with this floor, so we might not get done with the floor tonight. I actually want to draw some hieroglyphics on it. That's one thing. Oh, this is actually looking good. Okay. Let's get a little bit. There we go. The other is I actually want to get in and actually hand draw some detail on each block. There we go. It's not looking too bad. And the other is I'm actually going to do my little under the floor trick. What is ASMR? I'm sorry, I don't know the reference. What is ASMR? Alex Vixen, how to stream on Twitch, computer on, stream on, OBS working, hopefully, camera on, mic on, chatbot's working, yes. Check for pants. And chest coverage, definitely. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Is that a good thing? Is this a good thing? Autonomous sensory meridian response. Sometimes autosensory meridian response is a tingling sensation that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and up the spine. A pleasant form of paresthesia. It has been compared with auditory tactile synesthesia. I'm not going to get that one. And may overlap with frisson. Really? It's a good thing. Wow, okay, cool. Low-grade euphoria. I think I just learned something tonight. That's one thing I actually really love hanging out with you guys and girls, is the sheer volume of things that I have actually had the good fortune of learning as we've mapped. I've honestly lost count. Oh yeah, we gotta come back through and actually paint the cracks in the floor too. Alright, I keep finding new things we gotta do on this room. Okay. So definitely I think finishing it tomorrow, not tonight. But that's okay. That's okay. Zoom out. That right there is actually battle map scale. That's not looking too bad. That is not looking too bad. Alright, a little bit more. Let's get our hard round pen pressure size. Let's grab a little bit of the brown. Oh, that bush is freaking huge. Hey! Mark CMG, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. But someone telling me what ASMR is. But I'm not seeing any business pictures, like, at all. I'm just not seeing it. Is anyone else seeing people pasting in business pictures? Human dog, is the floor being individual? Is each tile individually drawn? Yes. Yes. My objective is for nothing on this map to be used anywhere else on the map. Per tile, per brick, everything is just like is unique. Oh, sec focus. Alright, let's zoom back in. Let's work on this a little bit more. I want to actually now get a little bit of sand coming in here. And I'm going to do that in 2 passes. And it won't take as long as you think. I'm going to do a dark. Then I'm going to actually grab a much lighter brown. More like a yellow. Let's move up a little bit. We're going to come then back through, and we are going to do a little bit of a lighter yellow on this. And then I really want to get some texturing, some extra texturing on each of these blocks. Wow, King Bashman. Wow. Man, that is just outstanding. King Bashman, thank you so much. Wow, I am blown away right now. That is extremely generous. That is just stunning, man. That is just stunning. Let's slide this a little bit more towards the yellow. There we go. King Bashman, you rock, my friend. I don't want to actually overdo this because it will end up looking too light in the gaps. I just want a little bit of a spludge. Something like that, okay. I'm sorry, Alex Vixen, that you missed out there. I truly am. It is the luck of the draw. Alright, is that a good spot? Oh, one other thing I actually wanted to do is I wanted to get that, I wanted to do this, and then I wanted to actually grab pretty dark brown, something like that, and then I'm actually gonna paste it under the floor. And actually, I think what we might do, what about if we did this? Can we go white? Can we go white? Oh look, Kim Bashman, you got big heart. Dude. Big props to you, my friend. Big props. Thank you so much. Very appreciated. Alright, pen. We all got pen. What do I want to do here? Exactly? I think I want to get something like this. What brush have I got going here? I actually don't want to use that one. What am I missing here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know how much of this I actually need to do. Let's try thinner brush. Let's do that. And maybe a tad lighter. just a little bit more of this. Just a little bit more of this. I think we'll call that one done. Gonna hit save. I think that is gonna be where we're gonna net out for the evening. So it took a while, but we got it. White plaster floor. Might come back through with a touch more white at some point, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I think that looks okay. We do have to fill in these blocks around the outside. And obviously we've got to paint all of the blocks so that they end up looking more like this. But I think we'll do that after we've got to do this corridor. And if I show you right here, whoops. Oh, let's just make that a new window. Thank you very much. Let's bring that out. So you'll see in room 17, actually it's the corridor. So you see right here, we've got this right above my head. What we've got is here, we have some steps. I think they're coming down. So we've got to draw steps there. And we're going to do steps in these unfinished bits. Steps, steps, steps. So I think what we're going to do tomorrow night is work on those steps, work on that corridor, work on this kind of like little antechamber, wider corridor, and get all of these stone blocks drawn in too, at least so they're brown like this. We could do that all tomorrow night. Maybe I'll find an opportunity to fill in the rest of this background as well. And then that will just leave us next week with this monstrosity right here. Now, the reason why I'm calling it a monstrosity, just so you guys know, is there. Look at that. Like, we got 24, 25, 25E, 28. What happened to 26 and 27? There they are. They're up there. A and B and B. There's just so many locations we have to read for this, so I can get all of the actual floor dialed in. I do know from doing our little notes section that it's like a lot of green and oranges, blacks and browns, so we definitely gotta like, and it changes the deeper you get in. So this we're gonna leave until next week, and then we've got this little area here. Hello. We've got to work on this a little bit. I just don't know what to do with these. I'm not even sure that they're numbered, so I think it's going to be completely up to us. I was going to leave this with like sand and shit coming in, but I'm actually going to erase this. We're going to do more of a like this sort of marble, I think, coming into here, and then have sand on top of the marble. I think that's what I'm going to do there. But that's it. So tomorrow we're going to finish, I think, the west side. Which, by the way, is the south side, because north points to the right. Just to make things even weirder. So, yeah, we're, I think, going to work on this little bit tomorrow, and work on those walls, and get that entire quadrant finished up. Miss J, I have not sworn at Photoshop as much. I do think that the smart layers has helped a lot. I also was saving my file to an external drive. And I think that was causing me some speed issues on the saving, so I've moved it now to a physical drive. I mean, that's a facepalm for me. So yeah, I think it's definitely been helping a little bit. It is a little bit weird, like if I come over here to my second monitor and I press space to drag, it occasionally it's been like not behaving stuff, but now it is, just to prove me alive. So, but yeah, I think it's been a little bit better. I think it's been a little bit better. So that's good. At 26 and 27, says Alex Vixen, have been removed. Yeah, right. Overhuman Dog. So this map is actually for Frog God Games. They will be releasing this in 5e. I'm not sure when. It's going to be a Kickstarter. At this point, the way the year's going, I could see it being next year. So I can't really sort of comment on timing. This is being drawn like almost actual battle map size. This thing is literally like 80 and 90 inches in size. I mean, I'm literally, each of these squares is an inch across. The size of this file is ridiculous. And they're going to be making it available on canvas or cloth or something. That's what they did with Teagle Manor. So you could actually have Teagle Manor battle map scale. It was like 12 feet by 12 feet. So this is going to be something very, very similar. It won't be 12 feet by 12 feet, but it'll be like 12 feet by 6 feet. And so watch out for that. Frog God Games will be launching this one. So yeah, I think we're coming along. We're getting real close. It was a damn big map indeed. And this one's going to be pretty darn huge. I mean, if by the way, if you ever wonder about the map I'm working on, if you ever type in info in chat, in theory it should tell you, and it's not working. Did I turn info off? I turned info off. In theory, if you type info into the chat, it will do that. And it will tell you exactly what I'm working on. I actually think those dimensions are potentially a little bit wrong, because this image size in inches is 81. So I'm actually shortchanging myself a little bit there. So this is going to be 66 by 81 inches. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to be back tomorrow. We're going to continue to work this side. I'm actually kind of happy with how that floor turned now. We're gonna come into here. It's a little bit more grey than white, but fuck it. We're going to come into here. I just need to decide what I want to do here. I'm honestly thinking about just taking this marble and just bringing the marble up here and into here. I think it would blend well with the white plaster. I think that's what exactly I'm going to do. Yeah. So we'll do that tomorrow night. We'll get the walls drawn in, and if we have any extra time, we'll actually fill in the rest of this background right here. The background is going to get a lot more love, because every single little brick we're going to get is going to end up looking like that. That's our objective. So with that said, I'm going to end the stream right here. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Love you. Thank you for hanging out. And King Bashman, special shout out to you for being so awesome and literally buying every single person in the chat a sub. You rule. You are the hero, not only of tonight, but the entire month. Thank you. The world needs heroes like you. Very much appreciated. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone.